Hello and welcome to our Truth series. This is Isabel.
And that's my twin sister Corinna. And here we have a piece of art from me this time. There will be from my sister next time.
So how was your week, guys? Because it's been a big week, right? I believe that there's lots of shifts going on, lots of big energy, and I'm excited about this time, right? I think it's clearing out a lot of stuff.
Challenging, maybe.
Depending on where we look at it, might not look so good, but in the big picture, it's absolutely wonderful. So I hope you're enjoying it. Time flies nowadays, right? I can't believe it's already 7 days later. Okay, so we have a new question. 6 months later.
Yeah, for the new year. We're already in June. All right, no worries. Let's do the question.
Okay, here we go. This question is from Chelsea.
Hi, my name is Chelsea. This question is for Corinna and Isabel for our truth. What do you do if somebody buys you a gift or wants to gift you something that is a little bit outrageous and you don't really want it, like a trip around the world or a car or a nice piece of jewelry? How do you let them down nicely by letting them know you really don't want the gift without sounding, ungrateful or like a brat?
That's a sweet question.
Yes, that is a very good question, Chelsea. How do you let somebody down without hurting their feelings when they offered something to you big, but you don't want to do it? You want to start?
There could be a little too, I guess, right?
Yes, the size doesn't matter.
How do you do it? Well, I would always...
It doesn't matter if it's a small gift or a big gift, is my point. You're talking about a trip around the world in jewelry and stuff, but it could be something small too, because in the end, all this is about is truly your feelings, right?
Yes, it's about being true to yourself. Sounds like you don't want to do it. Then you should gently bring that point across. It doesn't have to be like, forget it, never. It could be like, oh, that's so nice of you, and I appreciate it, but it doesn't feel right now, whatever it is.
But I think it matters to where does your reason come from? Like, why do you not want to go, right?
That's true.
Which I think a good trick to find that out, if you can't figure it out in your mind, is writing it down. Writing down a pros and cons list of what's the upside to going and what's the downside to going, and then just look at it and it will give you a lot of clarity, I'm sure. Because in the end, I truly believe you have to make sure that you're happy. But oftentimes, because we make choices because we're afraid of something, we'll end up looking back and thinking, I wish I would have done this differently. Right. So in order to avoid that, right, if you write that stuff down, you get clearer and clearer. And when you have that clarity, chances of you looking back and thinking you did something wrong are small. Besides, in the big picture, you can't do anything wrong. As soon as you make your choice, it's right.
So I sum up, you want to make sure that you listen to your truth and you follow your heart, but you also want to make sure what is the heart exactly saying, because it's probably not the heart if it's full of fear. I would say that comes from the head a little more, because I believe, honestly, that the heart, I'm really honest. I believe that the heart is connected to the higher self. The higher self, I wrote a few years ago a blog on isabelcott.com, really. There's a little bit of stories and poetry, and there's something where I said that I believe when the human being comes to this world, the two things we have is comfort and discomfort. And this is your, what is that word of gauge? Is it gauge or whatever? Lever?
I think so.
Lever? Or what's the word? That shows you. Yes, exactly. That shows
it's not
you.
the windshield wiper.
Are you aligned right now or are you not aligned? And when it feels good, when it feels right, then you are aligned with your higher self. The higher self that sees the bigger picture and knows what is good for you and what will make you happy because it knows all your goals and whatever. And does it not feel good, then it's out of alignment. Do you have a really hard time getting to it? You try and everything breaks down all the time. Maybe that is the higher self telling you this is not the road to take. Of course, sometimes you want to fight through things, but it depends. I hope you can feel the difference. You can use your emotions to see whether you're on track or not. So if it feels wrong, and you can honestly say this is not a fear, I feel like I'm not going to enjoy it, and I feel like I will feel really obligated to that person afterwards. Going back to the question, you would say no. Very, very much appreciated.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Did we answer? Bottom line, you know the truth, and just make sure it's not triggered through
You know,
fear,
as we
and
know,
can-
you always, we know you, and you for yourself, because you
Yes.
said you.
Well, because every situation is different again, but in the end, you will have the answer to what you need to do,
Exactly.
and it's in your heart.
Exactly.
Sometimes, people, we listen to a lot of channels that are talking about spiritual stuff, things we love. And sometimes people say if you actually put your hand on your heart, it helps you to put the energy there too, in order to find an answer, if you're unsure about something, because your body actually tells you a lot, and it talks to you through your feelings. So you definitely have all the tools to figure out what you should do. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
So thank you again for that question.
Thank you, Jessica.
Beautiful.
and thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yes, and may we all always make the best choices for ourselves by being aware of our
Truly
surroundings
alive.
and ourselves, and just going with the love, right? Our number one beautiful subject that we love so much. Love, love, love.
Exactly. Until next time. Love to all.
Love to all. Bye.